Hi there. This is Nosferatu, one of the 7 killers you can play as in Forsaken. And today I am going to teach you how to play this specific killer. So let's get into it. But first, let's get something out the way first, which is... Let's get into the stuff that explains who is this vampire dude. Nosferatu was released during the Masquerade event, aka when it was around Halloween 2025. Now let's get into some lore. Skip this part if you want to, cause if you just want to learn Nosferatu, just skip. Now let's get into it. Nosferatu belongs to an ancient generation of vampires summoned eons ago by Dracula through a deal involving the Necrobloxicon, a cursed sentient book. This deal imposed a devastating curse. All vampires must drain the essence or life of Robloxians to maintain their forms and survive. Aware that the vampire hierarchy, led by his arch enemy, Striga or Striga, I don't know, was hunting him for treason. Nosferatu made a deal with the Spectre. An agent of the Spectre offered him infinite celebration and desire in exchange for entering the Forsaken Realm. Nosferatu accepted, bringing the Masquerade with him, allowing him to feed on survivors for eternity without fear of punishment. Nosferatu is currently searching for the Necrobloxicon, believing it can break the ancient vampiric curse. He is unaware that the book is currently embedded on the shoulder of Slasher, another killer in the realm. Lore teasers suggest that if Nosferatu and the Slasher were to meet, a bloody conflict would ensue. Ensure, I think. Though Nosferatu is canonically considered weaker than the Slasher. Now that's out of the way, let's actually get on how to play him. Now let's get onto his stats. He has a difficulty of 4 out of 5 stars, has health points of 1,700. His walk speed is 7.25 and his sprint speed is 27.5. His stamina is 110 and stamina loss per second is 9.5 and stamina gain per second is 21 and his terror radius is 60. These are just his stats, but nothing too special. But let's just say his terror radius is basically how far your chase team, that how far they can hear your chase team at, like layer 1, layer 2, layer 3, layer 4, the main chase team. But yeah, it's nothing too special, it's just stats. Now let's move on to the exciting part. But first, let's take a look at his passive ability, which is levitation. This is literally the same as Dusekar. No footprints and you just float around. Good for sneaking up on survivors, but it's not that much. Now, let us take a look at his first ability and main ability as well, which is Lacerate. Lacerate is your standard M1 move. Deals 24 damage, has a windup of 0.3 seconds, and it also lingers for 0.3 seconds, and has a length of 8 studs, and a cooldown of 1.85 seconds. I mean, it's just a standard M1, I don't know what you want me to say about it. The only tech for this move is literally just to hit survivors. That's pretty much it. Until later that this move can actually synchronize with one of your other abilities, which I will get to later. But next up is Bloodhook. After a 0.9 windup, Nosferatu throws a horizontal chain at the survivor for initial damage and reels them in, triggering a brief minigame for the survivor to escape. If they fail a minigame, they will receive the follow-up damage. It has a cooldown of 20 seconds when missed, but has a 30-second cooldown if landed. This move is just a flashier entanglement, where you're just saying, "Get over here" to the opponent that you are trying to catch up. Now, This move can hit multiple survivors, but it can only grab one, and it can be blocked by the environment, meaning it cannot phase through walls unlike the other projectiles of other killers, and has a range of 115 studs, which is pretty long, I must say. It's pretty good. Next up is Cataclysm. Nosferatu performs a full spin to wind up their invisibility before dashing forward in the direction their model is facing. While dashing, he creates a sharp line on the ground. After about 2 seconds, Nosferatu is teleported back at the starting point and stomps on the ground, triggering an explosion and summoning their bloody puddles where Nosferatu was trailing. This has a cooldown of 22 seconds. And when a survivor steps in this puddle, they'll get Bleeding 2 for 5 seconds and Slowness 2 for 5 seconds as well, but a little bit shorter than Bleeding. Oh, that was 4 seconds, I don't know. While also highlighting them for 5 seconds. Next up is Hunter's Feast. Nosferatu unleashes an orb of bats toward the direction of the player's cursor. The orb can be redirected once by pressing the ability button again, and aiming it just the same way as you aimed it earlier, giving it an omnidirectional control but cannot be redirected more than once, and it cannot pass through walls. And when you hit the survivor, you'll be nearly invisible, and the survivor will be inflicted with Oblivious and Creatures. Oblivious makes it that you cannot hear the killer's terror radius, but Creatures makes the inflicted player take 25% more damage and have a trail of bats behind them, and darkens the edges of their screen. This can synergize really well with your M1 ability, which is Lacerate, but I will get into detail on why that's so good later. The next and the most interesting one is Ascension. Nosferatu leaps upward and briefly transforms into a bat, gaining flight for 10 seconds. Pressing spacebar will make you flap your wings and move in a hopping motion, while holding spacebar makes you glide and you descend down slowly. But once you let go of the keyboard, you will flap one more time, so yeah. If you press M1 during your bat form, you get to perform a dive to where you are looking, and you can also control during the dive, you can control where you're going, so you can try to make some predictions, but yeah. But by pressing the abilities again, you get to instantly transform back to your human form, and yeah, that's really it. But you are heavily slowed, and yeah, that's really it. But Caramel, how do I use these abilities effectively? Well, I'm glad you asked, my good sir or madam. Now I hope you're a good listener these following sections, because I am going to yap a lot and probably try showing some examples in the background. Use Bloodhook around medium distance because it can be easily reacted to if the survivor is aware where you are. And the way I said aware, only use Bloodhook far away if that survivor is unaware of your location. Cataclysm. Note that you cannot use this ability as a mobility move, because he'll teleport to where he started the Cataclysm. You can use his ability to trap survivors who are badly positioned, or if you want, but not really worth it, damage a group of survivors, which makes it a decent crowd control option. But it's really not worth it, so yeah. But if you do and want to troll a little bit, go for it. I'm not stopping you. Now Hunter's Feast. Use it as a punishing move to Sentinels if they miss a stun or is just really bad at the game, or at close to medium range to others. And an advanced way to use this is the unique redirect, where you can actually make this move hit a survivor behind the wall by using the redirect to hit them from behind that wall. But it's kinda hard to hit them, so yeah, but using the redirect as well to predict where survivors are gonna go and make the move faster. Now, next up is Ascension. You can use this in many ways actually. You can use it to sneak, break loops, get on top of structures to sneak, attack from above, use it for damage, locate survivors, and that's pretty much it. You can use it at the start of the round, but I recommend saving later because the survivor spawn is pretty easy to find. But be aware of guests because while you are diving, you could get easily blocked by to an aware guest which knows you're gonna lunge at them or dive at them. I don't know. But yeah, do be careful. It's just better to appear right next to them and just chase them down. So yeah, only you can use the dive to predictions or people that are unaware, like doing a gen. Now, what is Gnosis playstyle? Nosferatu is more of a stealth and trapper killer to me, but also kinda ambush. Since he can trap people with Cataclysm, catch people off guard with Ascension and Bloodhook, and the invisibility from Hunter's Feast. But he is more on the stealth side since this cat can really catch people off guard if they aren't aware enough. And once they are aware of your presence, you can just trap them because they'll most likely panic due to you suddenly attacking them. Now let's move on to game sense. This part is pretty simple, just acknowledge on how many sentinels, supports, and survivalists are in a round and how good they are in general. Watching out for stuns, who to prioritize, are they protecting their team, are they busy or are they aware? But it is kinda hard to acknowledge all these things, but you will learn over time and how to know these stuff. I can't really help you on how to know these kinds of stuff, but let's say you have to be aware as well. You're not the only one that's sneaky after all. But you'll learn how to be aware of these things eventually. Sorry, but pain is the best teacher. Now our last probably the part where I yap a lot, so stay strapped in. How to play good with Nosferatu. Use your abilities wisely. Use them at times where it is a good idea to use them, like using Cataclysm if they are cornered or in a bad position, Hunter's Feast to punish a failed stun, using Ascension to break loops or locate survivors, and etc. Prioritize targets such as supports so they don't screw you up while you're chasing another survivor, if they're helpful of course. And targeting survivalists before LMS because survivalists shine in LMS due to they are survivalists with amazing capabilities to outrun you, and maybe sentinels that actually help their team or just annoying to deal with chasing another person. But all of this isn't always the case. Sometimes supports don't help their team properly or just doesn't at all. Survivalists don't survive in LMS if they are bad. Or sentinels that does nothing but emotes in a corner and does gens, or they just miss every stun they have. Knowing who to leave as LMS is crucial depending how good they are. But let's just say, never leave a survivalist on LMS. I said this earlier, but please do not leave one in LMS. Even if you know that they are bad, just don't leave them unless you have enough don't have enough time to find them when you're chasing another person. And this is not just for Nosferatu. This is also for every killer in the game. Leaving a sentinel in LMS is fine, but be careful of stuns and you'll be okay. But leaving a support, especially a tap or build a man, since you can just destroy what they built and they are just a weaker survivalist. Knowing on how good the team is also very crucial because it could just be a casual lobby or the sweatiest lobby ever. If it's a casual lobby, you could probably server wipe with some minor difficulties, but oh my, oh boy. If you encounter a really sweaty lobby, just get ready to go through hell. Since almost everyone is protecting each other, they have a good set of survivors. Sentinels are the most deadliest there, so be extra aware when facing these servers. I face these servers a lot, and let me tell you, is really not that fun. So just be really careful when facing these servers or just leave. Now, this is just to show that Nosferatu is not as bad as you think. People are just hating that he is just a random killer and his moves don't synergize that well. But the truth is, a killer is a killer and the moves and what? The moves can work together if used wisely, as I stated earlier. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video and comment anything if I missed anything about this killer or if I was wrong about anything. I would really love to hear what you guys have to say, and I hope you learned something from this killer and if you ever want to main him or just get good at him. But now, have a great day or night and see y'all next video. Bye!